Genshin Impact's 2.2 update just hit, and with it comes the fog-covered Tsurumi Island, the last part of Inazuma to be released. This video will show you how to get to Tsurumi Island as well as how to progress through the "A particularly particular author" quest chain to clear up the fog. I'll also cover how to get some treasure and Electroculus that are along the route you take through the quest. Timestamps will be below if you want to skip over some stuff. Hey guys, it's Anya again and welcome back to Bad Anime Decisions, because gacha is bad civilization. This quest needs you to unlock Chirai Island and the Thunder Manifestation first in the Chirai Storm Chasers questline, so if you haven't done that yet, check out my previous video on how to do so. Like the Chirai Island quest, this one starts at the Catherine clone in Inazuma's Adventurers Guild. She'll send you to talk to the light novel author Sumida, who wants reference material. As a side note, the This Novel is Amazing contest she wants to win is based on a real This Light Novel is Amazing contest in Japan. She spends a long time on a tangent before finally requesting that you go to Tsurumi Island to retrieve an instrument called a Maoshiro. You can get there by going back to the port in Rito to talk to Kama, who will then ferry you over to Tsurumi by boat. Don't forget to unlock the Statue of the Seven when you get there, it's really close to the ferry point. Go further into the island and you'll encounter this little boy named Ru, who will lead you further along the quest. He asks for you to meet him at a point deeper in. Bonus tip, as you walk west down the peninsula towards the bigger part of the island, if you look to the right you'll see an Electro Seelie on a little rock in the water. Follow it and you'll reach a locked precious chest. You need to gather 4 Electro Seelies and lead it back to the chest to unlock it. The second one is on a rock close to the chest, and the third one is in the Electro Force Field a little to the northwest. There's an Electrogram right next to it, so it's easy to get. The last one is buried by a hillshire to the south of the chest, right in a little corner of the cliff. Kill it and dig up the Electro Seelie and you'll get your loot. Go further west back to where the quest marker is on the map, and you'll find Ru at a big magic tree called a Thunderbird Perch. There's also an Electroculus above it in the mountains if you want to pick that up now. Talk to Ru and interact with the tree, then 3 feathers will fly out. Use your elemental sight on the middle mouse button to see the tracks they leave behind, then interact with the feathers when you get to them. They also show up on the minimap if you get close enough. Go back to interact with the tree again, and it'll clear up the fog in the area. Ru will then send you further west. Follow the path west and you'll get to the Moshiri ceremonial site, where there are a few Electroculus hanging around too. Talk to the old man Mata at the back of the site by the large statue things, and he'll ask you to purify the other 3 Thunderbird perches. You don't need to talk to the other NPCs, but if you want to see what they say for story reasons, you should do it now. You can see where they are by where the fog is covering the world map. There's one to the north at Chirai Shrine, northwest at Shirikoro Peak, and one to the west at Autake Plains. The order that you do them doesn't matter, but the northwest one at Shirikoro Peak is the most involved and has multiple puzzles. At Chirai Shrine, the perch is at the end facing the ocean. It is flanked by 2 steep hills on each side, and at the top of each one are one of those Electro transport gates that we saw before on previous islands. This time, some of the feathers will run away from you when you reach them, and you will have to chase after them before they become interactable. For one of the feathers, you have to align the transport gates together and warp through them to reach where the feathers stopped in mid-air. That's also where the floating Electroculus is, so you kill 2 Thunderbirds with 1 stone. There's also an Electro block puzzle in the Rune Shrine building if you want to do it. The Perch at Autake Plains is a similar affair, you just need to run around following the feathers for a little bit. One of them goes into an Electro Force Field, but it's close to an Electrogram so it's easy to get. The Shirikoro Peak to the northwest is the most complicated one. After interacting with a tree, the feathers will fly down. First you need to guide 3 normal Seelies to the quartz in front of the tree. There's one by the entrance to the cavern. The second one is up the branch from where the 3 quartz are. The last one is on the western edge of the cavern, and you can fly up with the Electrogram from the bottom to make things easier. When they're all in, a chest will appear and the water at the base of the tree will drain away. One of the feathers can be sent back to the tree right away from the bottom of the cavern, but the other 2 will go deeper into a cave. There are electro barriers ahead for treasures that need an Electrogram, but since the area is full of monsters and puzzles, I recommend leaving that for later. The first puzzle is a set of relays like on previous islands, but there's a new component made of 2 immovable relays with a wire running between them on the ground. I think these actually make the puzzles a lot easier since you know exactly where the current needs to go. Grab the floating relay in between the components at the beginning and place it further ahead where it will connect the circuit to the end. Beat up the 2 rune sentinels in the chamber and then connect the other circuit. There's a set of stairs going down that seems suspicious, but as far as I can tell there isn't anything to do there. We might have to come back to it later though. Through a window by the second circuit is another electro barrier with an Electroculus. You can try to grab an Electrogram from the chamber with a tree and bring it now or do it later. After the 2 circuits are connected, a chest will spawn and the switch for the round door will become usable. Go through the giant door and fight the rune guard, and then you'll be able to send the second feather back to the tree. The third feather will keep going deeper. Again, you will need to send 3 Seelies back to their quartz. One is right by the entrance to this chamber. In the middle is a broken dome, and inside it is a remarkable chest that contains a furniture blueprint. Make sure to pick it up. Behind the dome is a large stack of rocks that can be broken, and a Seelie is hidden behind it. The last Seelie is in the open chamber beside the 3 quartz. This chamber doesn't seem to have anything interactable, just murals that seem to show the island blowing up from some kind of star. After the 3 Seelies are put back, another chest will spawn, and you can activate the mechanism to drain the water in the pool. Fight the 2 sentinels at the bottom and you will be able to connect the circuits for the other mechanism. Before you go through the next big door, there's a side chamber beyond the broken dome that has a fire puzzle. And now I get to use the Yanfei I just wrote. I've wanted her ever since I met her in the story. There's a mural on the wall showing a large round thing surrounded by 5 stars, and you can see that 3 of them are colored in, while the other 2 are left white. This corresponds to the 3 lanterns that you need to light up the puzzle. Do that and you'll get an exquisite chest for your troubles. Go through the door and you can send the final feather back. Don't turn back yet though, since there's an Electroculus further inside. There's also a giant chamber that looks significant, but I don't know if there's anything else to do there yet. There's also a flooded staircase going down, which I suspect might be linked to another Electroculus on the map nearby, but I don't know how to drain it. The glowing bird statues are highlighted in an elemental site, but I don't know if there's a way to interact with them yet. I will update you guys if I find out more about this. You can now go back to the tree and clear those electro barriers if you haven't done so yet. There's an electrogram close to the cave, and I grabbed that and went to the closest barrier. Inside is a time trial where you have to defeat 4 sentinels, 2 at a time, and if you clear it, you can unlock the precious chest. There's an electrogram in the chamber, which is then used to exit the barrier and immediately go towards the second barrier further in to get the Electroculus. Now you can go back to the tree. There are 3 Electroculi near the tree that you can grab too. One is on the bottom of the tree, and the other 2 are in barriers at the top and onto the side of the mountain. You can rocket up with the electrograms quickly, grab the teleport waypoint, and then go to those barriers. You can then teleport back to the shrine, but everyone's missing. Grab the Moshiro instrument on the ground and go back to the boat guy. He'll bring you back to Rito, and then you can go find the light novel author again. It turns out that the Moshiro mysteriously disappeared at some point after leaving the island, and that happened to all the other people the author hired to retrieve it too. The quest chain ends there, but the story talks about further investigations. I don't see anything about continuing it yet, but I'll update it if I find something new. Anyways, I hope this helped you out. Please give this a like if you found this useful, and subscribe for more bad anime decisions. I'll see you again, and as always, gacha was a mistake.